Oh, hello, you. I'm actually in the park with Alexander. It's just him and I, although it sounds like a million other children. There's a school nearby here. You won't be able to see any of the children because they're all in the shadow of the sun, which you might notice is that small round point of light that you can see up here. Now, if I track my camera, just let me zoom back out from that beautiful light and just track my camera to there and zoom back in. I wonder if you can make it out. I can see it nice and clearly. The moon is just showing her face. There's a quarter left, I suppose, 3 or 4 more days until the new moon, at which time the sun, traveling just that little bit faster, about 12 degrees each day, will have caught up that distance between them. For about a day, either side of the new moon, no man has ever recorded seeing the rock that floats in the sky or in outer space. It can't be seen, but if it was a rock in a shadow of being created by being so close to the sun, would it not still be visible as a rock, a blip, a wobble? We apparently see wobbles from distant galaxies as stars that we can create into exoplanets and pretend that aliens are soon to be upon us. Now, I'm here in a children's park where they're encouraging the idea of piracy, as you can see, which is basically, as you can see here with the crocodiles, the way that life will be. A roller coaster of up and down and uncertain territory, for sure. Sometimes, if you can afford it, you get a solid base, but for many of us, it's a very wobbly affair. And round the world will go for millennia, but nobody would know. Well, it's going a bit fast. There you go. Hold on tight, world. How does that lyric go? Hold on, world, 'cause you don't know what's coming. Hold on, world, 'cause I'm not jumping off. Hold on to this world a little longer. Take me to a place where we belong. That was my own kind of thing at the end. I can't really remember the lyrics. But isn't it wonderful to hear children play? I don't know if it's coming through on your audio so well, but for me, I love the sound of these youngsters. Again, you won't be able to see any detail. I won't be compromising anybody's personal security. All you can hear, oops, sorry Alexander, I should have warned you about the crocodiles and the sharks. I had an encounter with somebody yesterday, and I'm trying to establish the nature of that encounter. It was an interesting thing, almost like a neural reprogramming kind of encounter with this doctor in London, someone who had approached me in Speaker's Corner. His name is Ken West. Seems like a nice guy, but I don't know. I mean, I've been feeling really weird today, really strange, and kind of like, oh my God, am I still all here? Is it all me? Am I still so in love with the world and my baby boy over here, who it's impossible not to love? He's going to establish something that most people on Earth haven't yet worked out, and that is that this little pool of water here will be level. Absolutely level. How about that? Until he disturbs it. And that's why you can form bowls, because it's disturbed. Oh no, it'll get level again. Hold on. Just be patient. Just be patient. Yep. Water at rest will always find its level, and this level, would you believe it, would be level with all the other levels of water so when I say level, I mean horizontal, with all the other bodies of water on Earth. Isn't that a fascinating point? Uh, all of the bodies of water, your swimming pool, if you're 100 meters above sea level, it will be level or parallel with the body of seawater below you. And also the drink in your hand. Even if you're laying back on your lounger, eventually that drink will find itself level and parallel with all these other bodies of water. Oh my God, did you hear that? All of a sudden, silence has descended. Whoa. As if by magic, the sound of children has been turned off. Wow. Come and line up, the bell has gone, the whistle has blown, and the sheep, the animal, the humans, the human creator beings are being crammed into a box. Pay attention. Silence. No more. There's no more that. Get back in the box now. You've had your 15 minutes of fresh air. Look at that. As if on cue. Well, I have to say, we're seeking a different approach with this young fella. There has to be a better way. You want them to know everything they need to know so they can know themselves. And that they can navigate this world the way we find it, because it's not going to change overnight, is it? Or is it? My beautiful boy. Hey, and hello. Yeah, look at that. My new haircut. What was I going to say? I just got thrown seeing myself in the camera because I hadn't seen myself yet this morning. So hello me. I think I'm still me. I think that experience with Dr. West yesterday wasn't it wasn't all strange and weird magic. You know, and we are so powerful as creators, and if we hold true to that, then surely there's very little can hold us back on this journey of recovery or remembering, putting the parts back together, the parts of who we have always been but have lost, forgotten, stolen. So yeah, I've just been feeling a little bit strange, and maybe it's just a little bit because, you know, right now in my life things are kind of in a state of flux, and I've reached a crossroads, and you know, the genie for me, more the, you know, the cork is off, and it brings about certain pressure and expectation and yeah, feelings that you know, I haven't had to really kind of contend with, because when you're sitting on your sofa playing by most, if not all, of the rules, and then you know, you don't have to think about some of these things. But here's my 18-year-old boy learning to climb trees. And that's because Daddy and him have been out here practicing. Let's go. You ready? Oh. Doing this live is probably not a good idea. You know, people might say, oh my gosh, what are you doing to your boy, you know? Hey, and he's climbing down the tree. Clever boy. Well done, Alexander. That's awesome. Do you want to come back, or are you going to carry on? Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, you know, maybe just going through natural feelings of bloody hell, you know, this is something, you know, this is something that in a way, well, I created, you know, and I jumped on the back of other people's creations and creativity, and, you know, added my bit to the pot. And people are starting to take me seriously, perhaps for the first time in my life. And I take that very seriously. I owe this to those who see this, and I owe this to everyone else, because I'm going to pick you up, darling. Let me just pick you up. The conkers are dropping all their little mines here. They're terribly sharp. And we haven't quite got Alexander to wear hard-bottom shoes yet. I've not been that eager to push hard-bottom shoes anyway, because they're so rigid as opposed to the young foot. I'm keen to, we're watching squirrels climb a tree. There's 2 of them here. But I'm keen to, you know, allow the foot as much of its natural kind of progress as possible. The sole of a modern shoe is way too rigid, even the softest ones, you know, by comparison to what the foot does. But yeah, I know, I want to honor, you know, all of humanity. I don't want to get carried away with hyperbole here, but I want to, because I see, and I've always seen myself as a part of humanity, never really known how to communicate with all of humanity, or had the voice or the opportunity or the knowledge or the insight or the wisdom and experience. Now I continue to learn. Of course, I have to remain student first and foremost. But the role of a teacher or speaker seems to be presenting itself to me. You know, many people who I have to consider to be extremely, extremely thoughtful, mindful, switched on, intelligent people. Many people are coming to me and saying, Dave, you know, you've got something going on here, you know, and that's a noise that I'm unable to ignore anymore. Or pretend that it's not there, because it is there, and enough people are saying that. So naysayers, or just people who've got a chip on their shoulder or whatever, you know, I say to you, it's not, I have designed this in a way, but I'm not designed it in the sense that I'm pushing myself somewhere that I shouldn't be. It feels like I should be here, and enough people are saying that I should be here doing this thing, that it means it's way more than me. It's way more than me. And for that reason, I have to grasp it with both hands and bring my family, my loving wife, and my children, my 3 children, and those around me along with me who want to come along with me. That's awesome, you know. Of course, Alexander here doesn't have much choice. But that seems to me to be the path that I'm meant to be taking. Ding, ding, ding. 1 second. Let me just hold you like this for a while. Ding, ding, badum, ding, ding. Yeah, we do this a lot, and it has been my practice. I've only done this 3 times, I think, now, with a camera and Alexander on my morning walk. We're a bit later today than usual, but this week is unusual for me. The stuff that's going on, like I said, this strange meeting with this dude yesterday, claims to have worked with all these international sportsmen all around the world, all across the plane. He actually said all around the globe. That one? Okay. Well, so it's been an unusual week for me. Yeah? Yeah, no? Those who know me and who know some of this journey will know that my family and I, my wife and I, and we put everything on the line. Everything. Because when I discovered 3 or 4 years ago that there was so much deception abounding. It became incumbent on me to do something about it. I didn't know what, I didn't know how, but I started cleaning up my own house, preparing the ark behind my eyes. But I literally went and started doing woodwork. I taught myself how to build stuff from wood, from pallets. I made money like that. I wasn't very good at it, or I'm not that great at it, but you know, I did some creative stuff. I'll give myself credit for that. And I've had to do pretty much every other odd job and sometimes mucky job to make a way. You want to go this way? And then touch this tree. Stop. All right. Look out. We got some bushes here. Whoop. There you go. Which way are we going to go? That way or that way? That way or that way? That way. Okay. All right. So there's yeah, has brought me to this moment, this juncture, this crossing, or this point at which it's like, whoa, you know, the thing that you wanted to see happen is actually happening. And the opportunity to make something change, make the world a better place, is presenting itself. So forgive me for a little bit of, this is really happening. This is really happening. So anyway, I should stop and say to the folks that are in the chat rooms, I sometimes forget that there is a chat room going on. I kind of go live because it's the easiest way. I don't have memory on my phone, and so it's the easiest way just to kind of throw the content down there. It's you know, I hit live and I hit stop, and that's it. That's pretty much all I have to do. So I love that there's people in the chat room, and I encourage that for sure. But I do want to apologize for not kind of shouting you out or you know, noticing that there's been something said and so on. I will endeavor to try and get back and check on the chats, but you have to understand. No. You don't have to understand, but he is beautiful. But life is busy for me, and my YouTube, I had YouTube for years, but under my name. But I realized I needed to start a YouTube channel at 4, 5, 6 months ago now, and my old YouTube channel didn't have anyone really, you know, really talking to me. Now this YouTube channel, it's got a lot of people talking to me. I love it. Very grateful. But it's about time management at the moment. Not about not wanting to hear what people have to say, particularly, you know, if they're not struggling in cognitive dissonance land and wanting to say, you know, ugly stuff or be of the negative stuff. I guess that has to exist, but it's not really for me. I got to shut that out in a way, because you know that's going to be thrown at me all the time, isn't it? Try and shut that down. Anyway, I guess I'll shut it down there. And actually, there's a log just here. Alexander will walk on a second. I can just rub my screen and say hello to a few. That JNCHR1, I know I'm meant to know you. I just can't remember. I can't reconnect. I mean, I see all your awesome comments, by the way. I just can't connect you to an actual person. And I'm not sure that I'm meant to, or you've already introduced yourself to me. If you have, and I've forgotten that, I'm sorry. You know, there is a time when my brain just had a smaller world to kind of manage. The world around me has blown up like a bubble, like an oblate spheroid. Yeah. Hey, just on that actually, why people think, you know, the flat earth, here's a thought for you. Why people think flat earth and get so annoyed is because they think there's, you know, all of this around us, what is up there, you know, that must form something. And of course I think in terms of the oblate spheroid torus field. That's what I think of. So like the universe around us is more the egg, as Martin Kenny would say, the cosmic egg, than it is just like and the flat thing. And of course, I got no problem with the term flat Earth, but I know that what's programmed in people's minds is the disc, the pizza, the plate, the flat thing, and that's clearly not going to be how it is. It's got to be, the electromagnetic universe is most likely the model that we, it sits in that sort of idea, I think, and for that reason, when the scientists talk about the model of Earth being, these shapes and so on, they're probably talking about how the electromagnetic. And look at WMAP. I'll say it again, WMAP. That's a mainstream science thing where they'll show you what looks like a cut off oblate, a torus field. So, sorry, ZZ. So yeah, check that out. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Oh no, I was gonna say hello to a few people. Just say hello. Hey, Oddity. Oh, hey man. Thank you so much for taking the time to use those. My family were having a bit of a laugh at me on the repeat. It's flat Earth or whatever. That was. We did have a laugh at that. But it's a real honor, by the way. That and hopefully I can throw a few good sounds bites out tomorrow at the Harry's thing. Hey Drew, nice to see you, my bro. Yeah, for sure. And Jack streaming, always a good commentary from you, bro. Thanks very much. Let me see. Yeah, sorry I can't kind of take time to, because I got my little boy. Hey Tommy Rogers, nice for you to stop by, and thanks for your support, bro. Been around a while, and hey, let's see where we're gonna go. Looking to what? So, yeah. Well, what can I say, man? I actually paid to have a beard trim yesterday, first time in my life. So. Oh, you're gonna get it? Yeah, you're gonna get a distiller, man. Oh yeah, man, go for it, bro. Honestly, I cannot recommend distilling your water highly enough. Maybe part of the reason I feel a bit like I do is because I've bloody broke my distiller, and that's a bad move, man. Your clean water supply is absolutely essential to your health, and that really throws a spanner in my little works, because I'm pretty religious about it. When the police arrested me, I asked them if they wouldn't mind letting me have some distilled water. I had been on an 1.5 hour long walk with my son, and it was, they just interviewed me and stuff like that in my house. I was cuffed up. I said, can I have some water, please? A glass of distilled water from the water jug. You might have seen it on my thing. And no, we can't give you water from that. That might have anything in it. You might, whatever. They wouldn't give me that water. In the end, I had to settle for tap water. Because you see, they can't think even a little bit outside of the box, just even a little bit. Like those children just now, you heard those children, it's gone silent again because they're all back inside their little rectangle cubicles and sitting at the desks doing things that little boys' brains should not be doing, sat still for long periods of times. Little girls are a little bit more kind of adaptable and able to kind of take that situation on. And that's why they tend to do a little bit better in these situations, and they tend to be better administrators. But I am obviously generalizing a little bit on that one. Distilled water. Anyway, I know I'm going to get it sorted out, the distilled water, the distiller. Actually, I met a guy just the other day, and he brought me a bag of leaf. I said, if you've got some leaf from your plant this year's grow, and he's brought me a bag of leaf and a little bit of weed to smoke too. Now that's a solid dude, man. The guy's got barely a penny to spare, but he's gonna give a guy. He's like, I know how it must feel to be, in that situation with the old bill. Much respect. My little boy needs me to kind of move with him. Actually, we can do it like this. I won't have to. Why don't I pick you up and we go through the holly, because we don't want to get scratched by a holly, do we? Holly a little bit short. We can turn the camera around. Let's do that. And folks don't have to get like this in the forest. This is part of our routine, and what it's made this boy more balanced. I think if you can get your child into the forest, the word forest hides the phrase for rest. And it's a great place to come and communicate with the torus fields that are these great trees. You know, I'm not disrespecting the shrubs and things, undergrowth and so on, but the big trees are certainly powerful and wonderful to be around. That's how I feel anyway. And, you know, like that thing might have made me feel a little unsettled yesterday, but I come back to the forest and I feel, yeah, rested. Preferably barefoot, and I'm not barefoot today. But certainly we're getting hold of the trees. So, my friends, I'm blabbering here. I need to get home. I've got a speech to write for tomorrow. I've offered to do 10 minutes of I don't know what, you know, the make the human story as to what's behind the flat earth and the true story of humanity. God damn, I'm 50 years old and I never thought I'd know so much about our human story. And I have so much from so many people. And I think we're on a good path. And I encourage you all to be walking your path, cleaning your temple, preparing the mind, body and soul for your own or your continued contributions. I know there's awesome people, you know, we're going to hear this, people who've already done so much work on themselves and so on. So much respect to all of you. Yeah, we need to be good to go, because we live in beautiful times, but we need to have done the work on ourselves. I think the information is there. Do the work on yourself and know thyself and find thyself, and pick your son up when he's pointing out that clearly there are landmines here designed to, well, here we go. Where is it? Oh, look at that. Ow. Don't stand on that with your toes. My friends, my feelings are of boundless love, and I feel that for my son, and I've been given this opportunity with this boy Alexander to revisit my own feelings of love that I had perhaps shelved, lost, gotten fluoridated over, or whatever. But I'm here and I'm in love, and I have that love to share, because if we are all one, then my son is everyone's son, and your son is my son, and you are my sister and brother equally. You know, if you're hearing this, no matter what your view is, I even hear some people unlike some of my heart-rending stuff, you know. That's how much love people have lost. But I'm bringing that love back into the game, you know. And my love is suffused by those around me. There's names that are popping up here, and there's names that are, you know, writing comments. And even if you're not writing comments, but you're feeling it, you know, it's that love that is kind of growing. And we have to make that love grow. Make love our strongest weapon. And in that way, we will become unstoppable. We'll become unstoppable. And my son's singing us out. So have a super day. Sorry, baby. That sounds more like a whale.